I think when I was first diagnosed and when we first started having any kind of support, I wasn't aware that the support we got was whatever they offered us at the time. And this was mainly through an agency. This support involved essentially some daytime help for my wife on a couple of days a week. What this meant was that, okay, I was helped during those periods to be as independent as I could be, which enabled my wife to be able to do things that she didn't get round to doing while she was looking after me. But it had knock-on effects because the agency from time to time had problems providing people. We had difficulties getting it regularised in the way we wanted, trying to get them to move hours from one time to another or one day to another was difficult. And it wasn't an easy thing to manage from our point of view. Over the last 10 years, I suppose, I can't remember when we started using the Independent Living Fund. We've used them, and then we've gone on to the National Health Service budgets, which actually work extremely well because we are able to work alongside the people that manage them. They give us direction on the sort of things that we can use our budgets for, as long as we tell them what we want to do. They've been very good. We need the help, but it makes us independent, so we are less reliant on people as a result. And hopefully it keeps me in a position where I can carry on doing it. The most significant advance with a personal help budget is just that it enables you to have more flexibility. It gives you the chance to discuss options. It gives you the chance to ask and agree whether you can use things or whether this is completely outside the remit. And it enables you to therefore get much closer to what you would do as a fully able person, whereas previous things that we've had probably haven't done that as well. And for us, it works extremely well. We use one micro provider who is self-employed, and she comes in and does mainly sitting, feeding, helping me with computer work, but she has a lot of other skills that she offers. One of them is she gives me reflexology once a week. She also exercises my arms, which unfortunately I have no ability to lift or move around myself. So we find that having a mix of carers of different kinds helps us to ensure that we get the best out of what we can manage to employ. I think the best advice that I could give somebody when they're considering the personal health budget system is that you need to know in advance what it is that you want the budget to provide. Now, you will have lots of ideas about a range of things, from things like podiatry, having nails cut, having personal care, having chiropody. You might need to have the odd physio. You might need to have all sorts of medical needs. Your personal needs are just as important. You need to think about what is important to you personally, the things you like to do, and whether you can get this through the budget and how you would do it. Now, for me, the personal health budget has been a major improvement in that respect, because we've been able to manage it to meet those needs.
Hello, I'm Janet Strugnall, Keir's wife of 45 years and his main carer for nearly 20 now. He was diagnosed with the MS while we were running the local post office, and it had quite an impact on our work. To start with, the carers used to come in from the agency, and at the times we were told they were coming. We had no choice. And it was very useful, but we had very little control. When we moved on to the ILF, we had much more flexibility, but of course that was closed down and Keir's needs were getting greater. So our needs were much more advanced. When we went on to the personal health budget, the great thing for me was that we had a big discussion. His needs were determined. Everybody's input was involved. The budget was set, and the budget included an amount for the account to be managed by a management account, the Enham Trust. Now, from my point of view, that made a vast difference. I did not have to manage payroll. I did not have to manage invoices. I did not have to manage training. I do not have to manage anything. This is all organised for me by Enham. The support we have had from the personal health budget has been extremely great. One factor that Keir didn't mention in his conversation that I think is very important was they also considered the role of the carer and the family, and built into his budget is an amount for respite care so that I can have a break, which a total break, because even though I'm not with him every minute of the day because the carers are there, it is still a 24/7 commitment. The personal health budget has been so well organised. Every year we have a review, we go through it. If there's money in the pot we haven't used, that goes back quite correctly. But if our needs change, we just refer to them and they look at it. It's usually the local nurses, the doctor, the OT, ourselves, we all have input, and it has made a very big difference to our life.